Hello everybody, welcome to the live stream. My name is Javier Vidana, or Arizona Javy, and today we're going to be going over the Goodyear housing market. Now, this is being recorded live, so if you have any questions or any comments, leave below. I won't be able to respond to them live, so just a heads up. If you want this done in a specific city or your specific zip code or area, please let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely feature it in the next video. I'm going to try to get one of these done once every morning if the morning is available. And of course, if you want a personalized version of this, all you got to do is simply leave a comment below, or sorry, schedule an appointment with me. Give me 1 second. Hello, Mercy. Very cute. I'm doing a live from my local channel right now, though, so no one's watching right now, but just trying a new thing out. All right, bye. All right, it's live, so stuff like that'll happen. Anyways, let's get to it. So let's look at Goodyear, Arizona. Specifically, Goodyear is always interesting to me because I live near it, so it's always good to kind of keep an eye on what's going on with it and see what's happening with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few things here. We're going to identify what the current market price trends are to see if prices are staying or going up or going down. And to do that, we're going to look at the active numbers, the pending numbers, and stuff like that. We're also going to kind of identify some potential problem areas and some potential good areas. So let's kind of go into it and figure it out. So first and foremost, let's look into the MLS just to get a good idea of what a home buyer would look like if they were looking in the specific area. So I'm going to move myself over here. That way I don't block you guys. And let's just look at city, Goodyear, and get a good idea of where we are. So right now we have 440 active houses for sale in Goodyear. We compare that with under contract and pending houses, and we get about 188. So we have much more houses for sale than there are actual houses listed. Much more houses for sale than there actually are houses that are being under contract. So pending and under contract numbers are a good indicator of houses that went under contract over the last few week period. The closed ones over the last 30 days is a good indication of what under contract already previously that's already been closed. So in the last 30 days, we've had about 163 closed listings. So we're definitely seeing a more of a seller's market in this particular pocket because there's so much more houses for sale. And we can start identifying specific areas like bedrooms and bathrooms and specific sizes and specific northern, southern Goodyear, Estrella. But for now, we can honestly say it looks and it feels more like a seller's market than it does a buyer's market. So a little bit more concerning for our potential owners, but however, somewhat of good news for anyone looking to buy hopefully in the near future. So if we look at the closed listings, let's even hyper analyze in there right into the last maybe 10 days. Let's get a good idea of what they're selling for. The thing I'm looking out for is, are they going above list? Are they going below list? Are they actually giving concessions? So we're going to go here and we're going to start around under 500 because that's just where most of my clientele, most first-time home buyers are buying. So let's say about 36 around there. So that's 36 houses under 37 houses that sold under 500K. And the rest of them, so that would be approximately another 30, would be above 500K. So already starting off here, just so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Here is our original list price. Here is our sold price. And here is our concessions to the buyer. So did the seller give any money to the buyer? We can see already I'm seeing a lot of zeros. But okay, there you go. We're trying to see a lot more money. So we're seeing 13,000. We're seeing 3% of 480. 480 is 3%. That's pretty huge. What is that like 15,000, Like that's pretty hefty. $10,000. This one gave $25,000. Holy smokes. 24,000. So we're seeing not every single one, but the ones that are giving a massive percentage of concessions. 4%, 10,000. We have our exceptions, of course, with 900, 0, 10,000, 10,000. So just kind of quickly, let's do some math here. So out of the 36, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 out of the 35 sold without concession. So that's approximately about 48%, so 50% of them. So 50-50. So you got about a 50% chance of getting concessions, and the concessions that are being at least negotiated are pretty hefty. So you might not see a lot of price reductions, but when you're seeing heavy concessions like this is telling me we're definitely more in a buyer's market where the sellers are struggling a little bit more and the buyers are definitely taking more advantage of it. So we can see here our original list to sell price: 489, 485, 485, 480, 475, 479, 495, 474, 461, and 461. Pretty okay. We have some ones that stand out, like this one, 479 to 440, 495 to 435. We're seeing a huge discrepancy for sure. So let's actually highlight the between 335 to under 490, and let's get a good idea what that average looks like. I don't know if you guys can hear the machines in the back, but that is Jesus, my landscaper. Great guy. Unfortunately, going through some issues with his wife. His wife has like some kind of cancer or something like that. So I'm just trying to come up with extra work or something to do. So he's back there right now. So excuse any noise you might hear. We can see here our list price is 430. Our average sold price is 431. So if you look at overall averages, it doesn't seem like there's much of a trend. But this is, I don't know. I don't really like looking at the average because, I mean, you can just look and see. Like I would have to basically put this in some kind of chart of some sorts. And by the way, guys, if you're watching this live, if you have a question or anything, please leave it below. I can't see my chat here. If you guys don't know this, I actually have a main channel with like 150,000 subscribers, just called Javier Vidaña. So this is kind of weird for me to do a live with no one chatting with me, but if no problem. If you guys are here just watching, go ahead, watch this handsome man work. So we can see 372 to 380, 359 to 385, 389 to 394, 397 to 397. That one was a huge discrepancy. 500 to 399. I'm assuming that's a mistake. 420. Jay, stop leaving first comments. You do that on my main channel too. What's going on, Jay? 395 to 405. So I'm not seeing like massive shifts. TSS second. That's right, you're second. So the price adjustments aren't quite there yet. I don't think there's anything of substance yet. However, with these massive concession changes, no worries, Jay, you're good. With these massive concession changes, I'm imagining that it's just going to either you have a chance to get 5, 10, 15K off the price and also get another 10 to 25,000. Todor says, are you doing only Arizona or every stream in a different state? I'm a real estate agent in Arizona, so I'm specifically going to start just doing morning lives of different cities in Arizona. So that's why I'm here doing this one. So it's looking like a pretty massive advantages to buyers right now. Is it going to continue to trend downward? I'm not too sure yet. We're only going to have to start getting a better idea of these price adjustments. But to me, it looks like the buyers that are buying are taking advantage of the concession, with about 49% of them going no concession, 51% of them going with concession. So it's looking pretty favorable in concessions numbers for sure. So now let's actually look at the actual data and get a good idea of, no worries, Todor, appreciate you. What's going on with the monthly average sales price. So we're going to specifically focus only on Goodyear because today's all about Goodyear. We're going to only focus on single family properties because that's just what Goodyear tends to offer, although they are building a lot of apartments and whatnot, but they're not really condos. And let's actually only focus in like last 3 years. Okay. So we see the average trend of going up. And then the thing about Goodyear is it had its peak, but it didn't really have much of a like valley. It dropped from 582 to 511, but that's only approximately like basically the gains of 2022 it dropped to. And if we look at the This is kind of hard to do. I would love to like draw a line like from here to here. Technically, it would be to here to here. If we find just the middle line here, there's just slight increase of value here for our average sales price. So it looks like since dropping to the average sales price of 511, it hasn't had much of a shift there. We're currently sitting about 541. Concerning because I don't want to see it go up, but looking at the sale numbers for the past 30 days, it doesn't look like the prices are going higher. It just looks like whatever adjustments that need to be made on the price are being made on concessions instead. So, I mean, overall, once again, not the worst news for sellers. You're not losing too much value if you bought in this increase here, but overall, it's not looking favorable for either or, honestly. It's looking like prices are still remaining somewhat high for buyers that are looking to buy soon. Sellers, it looks like they're not gaining as much value as they thought. August 2020, yeah, that's right. There's massive gain. If I had a time machine, I would have obviously, hopefully had a lot of money if I have enough to do a time machine. I would have done approximately, probably about just a bunch of houses here. Sold in May, or probably sold around here because you don't want to sell May because that these sales are 30 days past, right? So I would have sold around here, but I mean, hindsight's 2020, right? What good is that? So overall, let's go back here to the information screen. We can safely say Wilcox, Arizona is giving me a call. Interesting. I'll call them after the stream. Average sales price trending slow and steady upwards. Okay. Not too bad. So let's look at the active numbers. I want to just kind of see a historical number. I know we saw the active numbers previously, but I'm trying to get a good idea of what we're going here. So let's go with start with the active listings first. Yeah, let's do active listings. Do I believe commercial real estate is a bubble? I'm not too sure. Not really in the world of commercial, so probably not. I do know a commercial broker here. I'll probably ask him. He's like a dad of one of the kids that goes with my. I'll ask him. He's kind of quiet, but I'm sure I can strike up a convo with him and ask him. All right, so let's look at single-family residences. Let's only focus on Goodyear, and let's see. By the way, if you're watching this after the fact, I would love to just give me some feedback what you think about this format. Is this a little easier to follow? Or, hey, I just noticed the music isn't there. Sorry, guys. You've been listening to me with no music. That's not cool. There you go. We're back. So let's focus only on 2024. Looks like we had an increase of active listings, and it's kind of just staying higher. 2023 had an interesting effect where the inventory went down, and that caused some prices. This is what caused some of that. I should have probably left the average price up. Some of that price increase there, but let's look at the under contract numbers. Focus only single family. Why are you only focusing on single families? What's up with why not married families? Just kidding. Bad joke. Okay, so let's pull up the average sales price again. Lately been playing while in between showings and whatnot. I had a pretty busy month last month. I had like 4 or 5 people buy a house. And then it kind of slowed down for a bit, so I'm helping like 1 or 2 people right now. So my meantime, I've been playing a lot of Magic: The Gathering. If you guys ever play that kind of card game, really fun. My son and I are getting into it in physical form, but I got the app and I've just kind of been just playing with it so I can understand it better, so I can help him understand it better, and it's been fun. It's been fun to play and enjoy it. Start on my RuneScape grind again. I've been playing RuneScape ever since I was a young lad, so just started playing with that again. That's fun. Thank you. I haven't lost any weight yet though, Jay. but you're probably thinking I lost weight because I'm wearing black. Black, it fools you. Anyways, all right, let's get back to it. So let's just kind of recap 2023. This is specifically Goodyear. We had that price drop, and then we had kind of like a price increase, and then it kind of slowed off at the beginning of the year. So kind of upward trend, if you will. And that upward trend was caused, if you look at the inventory, because inventory dropped until the middle of the year and then started going back up again. And if you look at our under contract numbers, they actually went up. In the middle of the year, they kind of stayed flat. Now, this year started very similarly. Under contract numbers went up. Whoa, my light up did you see that? Like a ghost living here? That was weird. All right, sorry about that. So it went up, but not as high as it did last year, but we're pretty close. I mean, like, what is that, 14 difference around there? And then if we see this year, our listing actually went up. So when we have higher listings and our pending numbers are lower, this usually creates some kind of effect of price adjustments. So why we haven't seen those price adjustments, personally, I think, is because what we're having generous sellers, but not the way that you expect. We're having, as I showed you before, 51% of sellers are giving concessions under 500K, and these concessions are heavy, 3 to 4%. So it's not showing. I would be curious to see if we actually accounted the average sales price minus the concessions, this number probably would be dropping, but because it's not, it's only looking at what the sale price is, it's showing consistent growth. But it's clear as day, the active number of inventory is technically higher. The pending number is very similar. So with inventory being higher and under contract numbers being lower, you would think that there would be some kind of price adjustments, but once again, we're not seeing that on the price side. Last year, we were not seeing nearly as many concessions being given to buyers as we are this year. So Goodyear, in effect, if you were to ask me to kind of summarize what I think, these numbers are just placeholders too, by the way. So if you were to ask me, I would say Goodyear should be dropping. So let me say this for pending numbers are identical, can't spell, to 2023. Actives are higher. No price. Sellers are giving large concessions instead. There. That would be my take here. A little hard to read. Let me kind of just space them out. There you go. What we're seeing here is a very stubborn seller market in Goodyear. We're not seeing price reductions as we should because technically the pending numbers are lower. Sorry, pending numbers are similar and active numbers are higher, but we're seeing more generous sellers, but they're being forced to be generous. They're saying, fine, we'll give you $10,000, $15,000, $16,000, but we want you to pay close to list price. We're seeing similar list price or a little bit below list price. So all in all, just right now, as we're entering the second quarter of Goodyear, it's not looking like any massive shifts of value quite yet. What it looks like is people are not okay with the interest rates, and what they're doing is they're getting a bunch of money from the sellers, and they're using it to pay their closing costs, or using it to buy down their rates. They're doing all kinds of stuff like that. What's the average household salary for income? Oh, that's a good idea. I'll look it up right now. But it's looking like a very generous market for any potential buyers that don't necessarily have the money for concessions, or they want to use some of those sellers' monies to buy down that rate. Now, a lot of lenders will tell you, it's funny because if you talk to a lender that's like helping you buy, they won't mention this. But if you talk to like the lenders like on the internet, they'll be like, oh, this is stupid because it's the election year and rates are going to drop. Rates haven't really dropped yet though. So, you know, I don't know. So it's looking like a very generous market, but not generous in the way that you want them to. So that's my summary of the Goodyear housing market. Once again, if you have a specific market, zip code, city in the Phoenix, Arizona area that you're looking to check out, please let me know. And if you are interested in potentially getting on one-on-one with me, all you got to do is a few things. You could do essentially go to, you can go to my website, my home search site, and start looking for houses. And then as you start looking for houses, you'll make an account. And then, you know, as you kind of start figuring out which houses you like, I'll be sending you emails and you can just schedule an appointment with me there. And that is going to me, you could go to meetjavy.com. Links are below in the description, by the way, where essentially you can just go and schedule your meeting straight up, phone call or virtual meeting, whatever you got going on. So I'm available for you guys there. So let me know. Yeah. Remember, July is when the whole shift's happening with commission. So don't worry about that quite yet. If you're looking to not worry about paying your real estate agent, get it done before July. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. See you on the next stream. Bye.